I'm going to show you how to start the hats. We have two different sizes of eggs right now. We're supposed to get a smaller egg coming in soon, but this is all we have right now. So I've squared this off, not perfect, and I'm going to measure by putting it around how much I need with a little bit, and I'm going to make it about this high so it can stretch a little bit to be there. So if I look at this, I'm going to be putting it on about right there. I probably want it about that high. Cut this out. It's not going to be rocket science. You can tell that this isn't quite square right here, so I'm going to help that out just a little. Cut this. If you're going to do a tassel at the top, you'll want to do it a little bit longer. It just depends. So you put right sides together. Take your glue gun. I wouldn't try doing a whole bead. I've done that, and I can do that, but with the residents, I would do part, because you don't want to give it too long. It needs to cool. I just did another bead. Make sure that you get, this is in lieu of sewing, so you have to make sure that there's no holes in your glued seam right here. I used my fingers, but I would take this and push on it to make sure that this is good. And you'll have your poster board underneath so that it protects the table better. I didn't do that, and I should have, because look at that. Now I gotta hurry and get that glue off. But make sure that you've got your poster board down so that it protects the table. So here I have my seam, and you make sure that it's cooled before you turn it right side out. When you turn it right side out, you can either take this and flare the top, which I am going to do. You take this and you just cut about every 1/4 inch or less, 1/8 of an inch, all the way around, and about 1 inch in, or however long you want your tassel to be. I guess what you can do is put a mark right here or something on the scissors so that you can put that right at the right spot as you make your cut, so that you can have the same length of fringe. When I get around to the seam that we made with the glue, I don't want that in my tassel. So I'm going to cut right up next to it and then just cut that off so that we don't have it. So you've got this all fringed up. Now I'm going to get my needle and thread. Here's one that I finished. All I did was do a gather stitch with the needle and thread, pull it, and then go back and forth to reinforce and wrap it around, and made a knot so that it made that tassel at the top. So this is one that is finished, And it'll go on one of those smaller eggs that comes in, because when I made these, I didn't know how big. And then you can accessorize, like for this one's rather small, but it'll go, I think it'll go on here. I'm not sure. Yeah, there we go. Once we get it on the egg, we can glue it on the egg as well. We want to dress this one up a little bit. We're going with blues. We're trying to keep it with some sort of blues, a little bit of accents, but I'm going to put a little bead of glue right there. I've got a pom-pom. Look how cute. If you wanted, you could cut some felt and do some ear flaps down to make that something different. I've got several different colors, patterns for you to choose from. This one, I put a tassel at the top, and then I put a little button on it. This one needs something at the top. You can put flaps. You can braid yarn and do some ties on either side. There's different ways you can accessorize. And then I've got this one, several of them in here that you can see. And my hot water's ready. So have fun with this. This one I glued a little bit of gems on it. It needs a little pom-pom at the top. Okay, so here are eggs, pom-poms, fabric, and some yarn and stuff. Remember, we are not gluing anything to the eggs right now. We're just making hats. And I'll see if I can find some needle and thread.